Hello Web Piano Teacher members. I hope you're having a good holiday season. Right now today as I'm making this on December 5th, I guess, 2011, this is a Christmas song, or a Christmas song arrangement that someone hired me to do, Silent Night. It's very beautiful, and I will put a link in the description of the video that you can click on to hear the real thing if you'd like to do that. But I'm also going to make probably make a video of me playing it at a practice speed or something like that. But let's get started here with the free part one. And again, listen to the whole thing. I mean, this is a big undertaking. It's not something you know, a beginner pianist wants to do. So listen to the whole thing, decide if you'd like to learn it. But of course, the whole lesson series will be on my website, webpianoteacher.com, along with many other Christmas songs. I have lots of Christmas songs on there for you to learn for this season. So check that out. Again, the website's webpianoteacher.com. All right. First, we start off with this intro, and I've got sheet music for this, so that's what I'm looking at when you see me looking down here. But okay, we're going to take it in stages. And again, if you're learning this and you're on the website, have the complete recording handy to listen to, because this is too long and extended for me to piece together everything. It's just too long. All right, so we're going to take it a couple measures at a time, and that's the first two measures. Nice little intro there, and that takes me all the way to here. So let's learn that first. We're starting with the left hand, B, D, F sharp, G, and we just da-da-da-da. We're right below middle C here, so ba-ba-ba-ba. And then the right hand's going to come in with B, D, F sharp, back down to B, and then back to D, F sharp, and then come under with your thumb to do G, B, and then D, F sharp, B, D, F sharp, G, B, D, F sharp. So let's do the right hand slowly right here. Here we go. Ready? Go. There's several places you can come under with your thumb. Just make sure you don't end up with your thumb on a black key. Would be a bad fingering. But so let's do it slowly from here. Ready? Go. 1. Okay, then the tempo is freely, so it's going to be a rubato. I added an extra note, sorry. Okay? So we get to that point right here, holding the pedal down all the way through so that it all mixes together. And then we're going to start the next measure, starting right here, which sounds like this. You hold that down, let that ring for a while. I went all the way to, where did I go to? Right here. And you're holding the pedal again. Okay, so you have the intro. This first part is like one little section. Then when you start this, it's the next section. And you just let that kind of fall like snowflakes, just kind of freely falling. Let it ring, okay, very freely. Now, let's look at how to play it here, starting right here. We have G way up high. Here's middle C, the next C, the next C. So we're up here, 3 C's away. Starting with high G, we're going to do what's called a sequence. And that's going to be a pattern, which is down a third, up a second. Down a third, up a second. So we start on the G, go down a third to E, up a second to F sharp. Down a third to D, up a second to F sharp. Down a third to C, up a second to D. Down to B, up to C. Down to A, up to B. Down to G, up to A. Down to F sharp, up to G. Down to E. So you see the pattern there that we have? You can also look at it like this. After you play the G, you're just going to go up to E, F sharp, D, E, C, D, B, C. But definitely see the pattern, you know. the second part. Looking at the left hand, we have C below middle C down here, and then up to a G, and then up to an E. So that's kind of spread out. C, G, E, and this F sharp is higher than that right there. Well, this is how you put them together. You just put them together wherever they're on top of each other. So you go right hand G, and then together here, together here, right, and then together here. Okay, now let's go to moderate tempo here, starting here, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So you end up holding this quite a bit. It's like, you know, it's a whole 4 counts with a fermata, so you hold it for a while. Okay, so that's the intro. Starting here's the first part of the intro, starting here's the second part of the intro, and here's the end of the intro. Well, not really. You have more intro stuff, so we're not through with the intro yet, but those are the first 2 parts. So let's put those first 2 parts together, and then we'll have a new starting place here. Alright, so from the beginning, and go. Hold that for a while, and the next part. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, right here, we're going to sort of repeat what we did at the beginning up to this point right here. See that F sharp? We're going to go all the way to that point. So right here, what I'm telling you to do is start over and go all the way to this F sharp. We're going to have one difference. We're going to play this. See that little D to D thing? Ba-bum, ba-bum. We're going to do that here at the beginning, but that's the only difference. We're just adding that one thing. A D to a high D. Here's middle C, here's the next C, so we're D, D. Ba-bum, it's a grace note. And play the high D with the B here. So this comes before. Ba-bum. And so we'll have... Then we have 2 more notes. G, A. Because so after you get here to this F sharp, you don't hold it. You go G, A. So it's F sharp, G, A. Ba-ba-bum. That A. That's where we end up. Okay? So from right here, you do the repeat, and then you add on the G, A at the end. So let's do that again, starting at the D thing here. Ready? And... See the difference? Just a little bit of difference. Now, here's the third section. Alright, this was like the fourth section. Here, this was like the third section, which was basically just a repeat of the first section. So 3. Now here's the fourth section, starting with the G, A. This is going to be another snowfall kind of effect. Okay? And you hear the sequence, the up a second, down a third pattern. That's going to be over and over again. Now let's look at the left hand. Very similar to what we did before, but a little different. So let's look at it. C, but it's not this C. This time it's a low C. And then up to G. And then up to E. And then up to middle C. And then up to E. So, for that measure right there. You just line them up, okay? So the right hand starts with G, A, and we're up high. This G, A is way up here, okay? Okay, make sure you're high enough. Here's middle C, next C, next C, way up. Bop, bop, bop. So let's start right here slowly. Ready? Go. Went all the way to here. And I just hold it there. So da 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 da, and you get to the E and you're just holding, okay? And then we do start. We're done with the intro at this point, okay? So the intro's done here at the E, and then right here, right at this point, we start something different, and it sounds like this. Yeah, I did that right. Alright, so we actually start the Silent Night melody at this point. Very nicely done here. The thing with an arrangement is you don't want to get too far from original chord progression and melody, but to also do something fresh. So that's the thing here, and I think this piece does that well. Okay, so starting right here at this point, if you're looking at sheet music, there is sheet music to be found. The person that hired me to do this gave me the sheet music to teach this, so that's what I'm going off of. I'm on the first page at the beginning of the 3/4 measure on the third line, if you're following along with sheet music. But here we start with B, and it's going to be up high. Here's middle C, so we're on this B. B, we're going to go B, F sharp, G. So this is high for left hand, okay? Right hand will be up high too, but... And then right here we're going to go C, F sharp, G. So 3, 1, and 2, 3. And then here, at this measure, we're going to go D, F sharp, G, F sharp, okay? So ba, 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 ba. And then we go back to C and go C, F sharp, G. Alright, so let's take this little chunk from here to here, 4 measures, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and I did mark off the measures exactly as it is on the score. Alright, so look at the right hand, D, E, D, B. That's Silent Night. Silent Night. Hold that B out for a long time. And then here we're going to go, oh, we're going to save that. We're not going to do that yet. So just da, 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 da. Let's start right here. 1, both hands, ready, go. 1. Ready, go. Now we're going to take this part here, okay, which is going to be and then I've got to change pages. I'm on page 2 now. Ba, 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 ba. This is in nice little 4-measure groups, okay? So it'll be easy to keep track of where you are. So here's the second 4 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the second Silent Night. Here was the first one. Silent Night, Holy Night would be this part. Ba, 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 ba. So, but on the right hand there's a difference. The left hand you're going to find is the same, but the right hand we're going to do a grace note from this D to this high D to a high D, the highest D on the piano. Like that. So, but up. And you'll play the high D with that B on the left hand. So this kind of comes before. And then you'll go E, D with this, E, D. And then we're going to do the B's as the same way. The octaves. This B to this high B. Like that. So we have bum, 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 bum. And we hold that out forever. Alright, for all the rest of the phrase there. Now let's put hands together starting right here. It's very similar to this, okay, so notice that. But let's start right here. 1, ready, go. 1, 2, 3. And that's it, okay? So that's that. Let's move on. And this is why I say have a recording handy to listen to, because it's just such a long piece, and I don't want to have 30 video lessons for one song. I can't connect everything together. I try to do phrases, okay? So we'll do phrases together, but to hear the whole thing, you need to have the original recording listened to. Anyway, here we go. At page 2, I'm on the second page of this thing, on the 4th measure, the top line, where it says loco, which means we were doing ABA, where we look at what's written on the sheet music and play an octave higher. And now they're telling us to go back to normal staff reading, so that's what you pay me to figure out. That's what you pay me to analyze, and then I just show you the notes to play. So here's the next little section, starting right here. It sounds like this. Section there. So we have this kind of dark sounding Silent Night melody, kind of ominous, but just, you know, really reflective sounding. He's using major 7th chords and minor chords. So we have that kind of thing in it. I'm sure this would go faster, but we're just learning it, so I'm not here to play fast. I'm here to show you how to play the notes. So, let's look at this. Right hand D, F sharp, B, D. Alright? That's D, F sharp, B, D up here. Here's middle C, we're up here. And we're going to roll it, arpeggiate it. Like that, from bottom to top. And then E, D up high, so and then here we're going to have C, E, G, B. There's our major 7th chord. 2, 3, and we hold that a long time. Okay, so the hard part's not really in the right, well, if there is a hard part, it's not the right hand, I don't think. Let's look at the left hand. We're still, you know, up high for left hand, but not quite as high. We're down on this B now. we're going to do this. So lots of F sharps and G's. Okay, with your 2 and your 1. But let's look at this. B, D, F sharp. Now what I have at the beginning of each measure, have a little dash for that first bass note because you want you to hold it out. In the music notation, they're telling you to hold the B. Ba, C, D, C. Okay, so that first note, give it a little punch, hold on to it. You know, if you don't, at least do it with pedal. But it needs to be accented a little bit, okay? It needs to come out. Alright, so we have B, D, F sharp, G, F sharp, G. And then here we're going to have middle C, E, F sharp, G, F sharp, E. So it's a little different. The pattern's a little different there. And then we have D, F sharp, G, F sharp, G, F sharp. Back to C, C, F sharp, G, F sharp, G. And let's put it in hands together. Alright, 1. Ready, go. Now, we're going to have a repeat. I love repeats, right? Because you don't have to learn it again. Just play something again. Learn anything new. Dot to dot. That's my way of telling you to repeat. I forgot my second dot. Let me put the... Ba 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 bum ba 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 ba. So the dot would go here. Okay, so we're going to go from this dot all the way to this one, and then we'll put up the next board. Okay, I've got you a lot of information on this first board. All right, so let's go through the second time. So we did it once, dot to dot. Now we're going to do the dot to dot again. So let's start here and do it again for the second time. I stopped right there because that was it. Okay, 1 and then 2 for the dot to dot. We're going to stop video, start part 2, and start board 2, lesson 2.